Taxi cabs are making a comeback and competing more with rideshare services like Uber and Lyft. Consumer investigator Jason Knowles is here tonight to tell us about this investigation. He's been working a lot of time on this. Jason.
Yeah, it's taken quite some time, and you know what? I'm glad to be here in studio.
I think it's the first time. You've fronted a couple stories here, but we've been doing a chat back with you up in the newsroom, and Michelle, our producer, was like, bring him down.
Yeah,
Let's
why
get him
not?
down here. So tell us about what you found and what the dangers are if people get in a fake taxi. I did not even know these exist.
Right.
Do they look like real taxis?
Well, they do exist. First of all, I like what you said about the popularity of taxi cabs, because taxis are coming back. You can get taxis now on all of these apps. They're very popular now. They are competing with rideshare services, which is making this story more relevant than ever. But there are fake taxis out there. We did find dozens of violations of these fake cabs, dozens of them throughout the year. Recent ones, unlicensed cabs. Many of these cabs are missing medallions. So what we did here, oh, here we go. Here's the video. We went on a sting with investigators at the Business Affairs Consumer Protection Department. This cab you're seeing here, well, it's allegedly a fake cab, that yellow one, but investigators say that they were not able to cite that one. This one they did cite. You see that image there. It says taxi, but it is not a taxi. You see there's no number on that light that you just saw there. And the cabs in these taxis, they have these fake logos. There's no official taxi number or medallion on them. And what we did is we found these after a Bulls game. Of course, when people are really looking for that ride home, they're cold. This is happening, investigators say, after the bars close many times. Those cabs are looking to pick people up. They're looking to make money. It's happening a lot after other events at Wrigley Field. So what's the danger, you're probably asking? So what if I get into a fake cab or a fake taxi? What does it matter? Here's why. Well, that fake taxi may not have any kind of insurance at all. If there's any kind of an altercation that you may have, or any kind of an incident or a lost item, there is no way to track the driver. There's no record of anything, because there's no license, there's no regulation. So that's why it's a danger. And also there's no mechanical inspection. The city requires that taxis and cabs are inspected all the time, every year. So that's why this is important.
So Jason, you know, when you get in a taxi, you always, well, at least I do, I always look for the medallion on the back. I take a picture with my phone and make sure they're there. Now, if you get in these taxis, clearly they don't have the medallions, or they have fake medallions. And are they charging you cash or credit card? How does that work?
Right.
Because
well, they could charge you cash. They could charge you a card. One of the things to watch out for, it's something that I've learned too, is they aren't supposed to be using the cards that slide on the phone, the squares.
Right.
It's supposed to be registered through the meter, and there's a record. So when you swipe that card and you're on the meter and you're in an official cab, there is a record of your ride when it's a licensed cab. So here's how you can also spot what we were talking about, spotting that fake cab or making sure you're in a real cab. Is you want to see the number on the top of the hood, on the light, and then you match that number and make sure it is the exact same number on the license plate. And then you also make sure that exact same number is on the side of the doors. Also check for the medallion, make sure there is an official medallion, also that same number there. So really the number should be everywhere, and you should also look for a real meter that's running. And that brings me to another scam. We're not going to tell you the whole thing because we want you to watch it at 10. But there is another scam going on with licensed, legitimate cabs and taxis that are trying to charge you a flat rate when you may be vulnerable, and they should not be doing this.
It should be the meter, right?
They have to run the meter.
How are these people hailing these cabs? I know you said some of them were outside Bulls games at the United Center, but are they using apps, or are they just, these scammers are pulling up and acting like cabs and people?
Yeah. Investigators say many times they're just pulling up, and a lot of times this is when people really need a ride somewhere. Of course, after an event at the airport, cold weather, raining.
Cocktails, like you said, late at night. I mean, really, you just want to get home, you see it, and you get right in it.
Well, and I will tell you, it's been rough out there at the airport lately, too, because a lot of the Ubers and the Lyfts are surging. It's $75, $85, $100 to get home. The cab line's super long. It's cold out. So some of these fake ones might be going around trying to get you a ride, and you may think, oh, you know, I need a ride. Let me get in, but you shouldn't.
This tonight at 10, we'll both be, all three of us will be on the 10 o'clock broadcast, and we'll see you back here in studio.
We'll see you at 10.
Looking forward to it, Jason. You always have eye-opening and very important information for us.
Thanks for chatting with us at length a little bit.
Well,
coming up, a shake-up